we are at Rosehill for the first day of the carnival. There's a lot of background noise. We can't do anything about it. Paul Daly's been kind enough per Saturday as usual. G'day, Mark Lamborn. G'day, Paul.
G'day, how you going, guys?
Glenn, yeah, it's your nemesis Greg Bradley out there booming away. We've done our best to find the quietest point on the racetrack, which is not so quiet as it turns out. Really interesting day, I reckon, Glenn. You're excited about today.
I am excited. Yeah, like how wouldn't you be? Like the 2-year-old fields have held up. Like you said, I mean, there was 30 scratches, but there was 18 last night. So we've only, and with emergencies, we've lost 6-7 horses.
Yeah.
What a beauty! A 20-horse race in the main race, the Coolmore. How exciting!
Indeed. Paul, what's your assessment of the track today?
I'd rather be forward of midfield, but be off the fence in this race.
Which is interesting because the closest true rail, most recent true rail with the rating similar to that's you, isn't it?
That's Paul. Just on the dog and bone.
Yeah, it was September last year, and it was certainly a bit of a handy bias, but not necessarily as wide as you would think. I mean, the thing with these tracks is that they will be seeking to get wide from the get-go. They'll be seeking to get wide from the get-go.
My word, they will, yeah. And does that lead to horses sneaking up underneath?
Cutting corners, stuff like that.
Can Glenn Schofield in the first race be sneaky on Perrette and cut underneath them all?
Who knows?
You
Make Me Smile is the mover in race 1. And the horse that you wanted to know why it was in the market, well, Tab Punters agree with you, Glenn. It's $8.80 on the Total Safado and looking like a blower at this point.
Yeah, I think the right horse has been found to be favoured there. You Make Me Smile. I think 7-2 is the bottom of the range, but I think that's the spot. Whereas Safado went up 3-1 favourite yesterday, and I thought it was just all madness.
And you are looking like you're right. Paul, have you got a play in this race?
Probably not. No, not at this stage. Originally, I was bit keen to look at Safado, but then my map sort of talked me out of that.
Okay, well obviously yes, you're forecasting them to get wide. Inside might be all right later on when they all get so wide that you can come up underneath them, but certainly in the first race you'd imagine that barrier 1 is against them. Race 2, Easy Eddie, well in commission here into 5-2 and a little bit of money for all over Bossum Nova. Trekking looking a bit soft at this stage, Glenn.
Yeah, but still hard to beat with me, Mark. I could nearly go as far as say if it looks right tomorrow. Okay. Mainly because of map.
Right.
And blue, fresh.
You're playing here, Paul?
Well, I've already backed all over Boss Nova yesterday in the 112% market at $12. So it's come in now to probably around where it should be.
Okay.
In my mind.
And is it about the backup or is it something else?
I just think it's a good wet tracker and
$12 seems an easy bet to have.
It seemed that way, and based on what I priced it, so tracking favourite from Easy Eddie and all over Bossa Nova and Fiery Heights who resumes here, very flattered in its win first up last preparation when it was suited by the buyers, and even Jungle Eyes. There's quite a number of chances, but that was the go-to horse.
The first of the 2-year-olds, probably very well in commission here, the Kiwi filly that I guess she looks strong and certainly seasoned for this type of race. I see our theories just getting a little bit soft in the betting. It should be another good betting race, Cleve.
Great betting race. I think both favourites there can get beat, and I can't pick the winner. I watched probably on the tapes. I know they ran 19.9, but the last 200 metres, to my eye, they looked slow. How did they rate?
Look, it's the horse I wanted to find, but I'm thinking to myself it's going to face a lot of resistance at its current price. Probably the Sires would be a better target for it, in my mind.
Especially with the benefit of this run.
There's a number of people that really like it, and there are plenty who are against it at the price. So there's going to be a bit of resistance. Number 4, taking it out of the race, the 1 is the clear top pick for me. Yeah, the 1 isn't there.
Blue Diamond form is generally pretty potent in this race as well.
Yeah.
A theory for me as well. Race 4, the males, Cosmic Force, been very much unfancied in his 2 runs back, but very well fancied today. He's into $3.20. And Moe's Crown, another Cathy firmer. The $8,000 yearling is $15 into $9, Glenn.
You're so excited about Moe's Crown, Mark.
Cinderella story,
all that, yeah.
Yeah, but also at least it actually put itself up there on the pace of its trial. Run. It's like it's up there saying I'm a horse.
Yeah, it is up there saying that against all these $1 million tagged
Snowdens. Yeah, that's
a Snowdenathon. I'm still mounting up for me there, but I'm still very interested in 1 to beat 2.
Could we be coming away from this race, Paul, saying that Microphone's got the best slipper form?
Yeah, I think it has already. I've got back Cosmic Force already. It's my top pick. One's the clear second pick for me. Just a little bit of a question mark over the fact that it was scratched last week and may have had a small setback, but they're the two for me in this race.
Yeah, it seems an unusual preparation if he's actually talking about slipper for Hightail, which I'm not sure whether it is or not, but break 7 days into the Golden Slipper seems odd, unless you're forced. Far Lap Stakes, of course, we lost a number of fillies to the Keith Nolan yesterday, and Very Elegant is now as short as $2.70, and Seabrook's had some supporters now into $5.50. A walking race, by the looks of it, we scratched most of the horses that would get up there, so I guess there'll be horses forced into a forward position. If you had a look at the map, we'll get on this race, Paul.
Yeah, slow pace for sure now. I'm still with Very Elegant, and I'll be interested to see what Glenn says about it, having the 4 weeks off, but that doesn't concern me terribly.
She's drawn barrier 1, of course.
Yeah, I know, and that could be ugly at this time of day, so just wait and see. I mean, it's the best horse, clearly.
They could easily sit in a funny spot and pinch 5 lengths in the turn. Yeah. Just like J-Mag special, straight up underneath them. 6 off the fence.
Jay Cassidy's making a comeback.
Yeah, a bit like Jay Cassidy, exactly.
He's not seriously making a comeback, is he?
Apparently he is. He's feeling a bit immortal, I think, since the car crash.
Jay Cassidy?
You're cracking jokes, aren't you?
No, he's signalled during the week that he's very keen to come back.
Because the bottom line is that they leave the game and, I'm like 50 now and I retire. What the hell do you do? You've got to do something, don't you? Like, I'm not surprised at all. Dazzler had to go out preaching there for about a year, came straight back for the cash.
And then straight out to pasture.
And then straight back out to pasture. You can only finish as a jockey when you're gone, when you've lost your nerve. Then you can go, and you won't come back because you can't get your nerve back.
Yeah, that's true.
But when you the thrill and the, $55,000 a month from Racing New South Wales going into your bank account, it's easy to be a jockey.
Race 6, the Sky High Stakes, has been a bit cut about. Red Cardinal's now into $3.70 after being quite long odds in the fourth field earlier.
It was spotted by you, Mark. You just said it's the top pick. There it is.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get any agreement from the man next to me. He's of a different bent here, Paul. Are you playing the map here?
Yeah, I'm back Santed out already, and it's my top pick. Gofland and Red Cardinal, second picks. Couldn't really split them, and away from those, it's a pretty long market.
It's an interesting race that sees the Alvarez, of course, won this race last year, has been scratched, but Tavago won this race 2 years ago. Is it impossible for him off that long spell? Of course, he had 519 days off before his last run.
It's a long time. Look, I mean, superior wet track form, but geez, it's a big ask.
When Mounting Yard Mail, I imagine you will be.
For me, yeah, we just.
You want to see how these wallers have come on.
Warming to Sam out there, I just think it's going to get all the breaks there. Interesting, T Clark's not riding. I suppose his manager went for ambitious early in the week, thinking Samadale wouldn't run.
Yeah, well, beyond, he's thrown a curveball. He's taken it to the bush to win, so he didn't have to trial the horse, and now he's backing it up back in what is a $350,000 race. Wow,
what a man he is! It's a great race. One of the best Coolmore Classics I've ever seen.
20 to go round.
Not the best horses, but deep. Like, tell me the horse that can't win.
Good point.
Just point out the horse that can't win. I'll back it with you.
Yeah.
I can't find it because I was going to say Savvy Cope, but she ran around the Cox Plate. I think any horse that runs around the Cox Plate, there's got to be a chance in the.
I'll back it with you.
You're not allowed to back it with me. Jamaican Rain has ticked a lot of boxes of late. She's a lightly raced Victorian with 7 wins from 13 starts. She's snuck in here with G. Boss to ride. Will you be giving him a godful, Glenn?
I think I have to give him a godful today. I've never liked G. Boss. I don't like that style of bloke. Completely up himself, reminds me of myself, so that's why I hate myself so much I have to bag him. He's a nice man, I'm just joking, G. Boss.
So what angle have we got on this race? I think Ward was predictably keen on I Am Serious, who's now been displaced as favourite. Where do you start?
Where do you start? I'll start. Noir will be in the finish at $31.
Paul?
Look, I marked Jamaican Rain 4-1, so I'm not surprised that the moves come for it.
Yeah.
I'm about 10-1. I'm Serious, so I'm a bit against it at the price.
Yeah.
Look, I've I'm just going to play a number of roughies here. Bella Martini, White Moss, and Invincible Gem. They're huge odds.
Yes.
They are huge odds, all of those horses. They're just wrong odds. I mean, White Moss won the lead up and beat I Am Serious, and she's 50s.
She doesn't have any 1,500 metre form, I suppose.
But yeah, it's 1,400 metre form. We're on a bog. Kathy's skipping it. And did Kathy once win a Coolmore Classic? I think she's won one Group 1. I think it's this race. Kathy for the double.
Moving on
Love
to
you, Kath.
penultimate, the Ajax Stakes and 50 stars now all the rage with the Scratching of Land and Pony and Dream Forces. It's $2.50 or 64 in the old. Paul, is that a fair price over the odds or under the odds?
I think it's under the odds. I've got it sort of top pick, and David Hayes, you've really got to worry about it in Sydney. I'm not convinced this horse is a wet tracker. I know that it hasn't.
There seems to be a lot of talk about that, but I interrogated the form and went, well,
Yeah,
okay, so,
it can handle
so when
it.
you win on a 6 at Pakenham or wherever, that's
Pakenham's a funny track. Pakenham's a funny track. But look, I mean, for me, I'm going to have something on Dyslexic.
She was a monstrous run first up. I thought she may go forward.
I've warmed to Seaway overnight, guys. I was a bit quiet on yesterday. Seaway to beat Dyslexic. I think there's the two runners to bet there.
And the last, which sees Supernova now a pronounced favourite at $3.60. Fairly inscrutable race in many ways.
I'm playing a quaddie, boys. Can anyone tell me what horse to leave out of the league? The last league.
Well, you're probably better off leaving out some of the shorter horses. And the longer
Okay,
horses.
so you're saying that that's what I'm trying to say. Like, what horse do you actually say, oh, that can't win?
I can't see.
I can't see it.
No, Paul playing, not playing, packing
Look,
up.
it all depends on what's happening with the track at this time of day. I'm worried about where this horse will be on the map, back on the inside, Supernova, but I think it's a deserved favourite. Desert Park, I got second pick, but I don't really want to back it. Calibration's not hopeless. And there's even a couple of others in there. So I suppose I'm interested to see what the betting does with number 10, Bayesian Gold. This horse was back in the favouritism.
Yeah, and I've been given a bit of time off since.
Yeah, so I'm just interested to see what they do with it.
It seems quite long at the moment, given the hype that it turned up in Canterbury with.
Yeah, so I think it's a wait and see race.
All right, that's the top-up show for Rosehill, the opening day of the Rosehill Golden Slipper Festival. We've obviously got Coolmore Stakes Day today. We here at RacingRant do 3 shows a week for members. Monday Rant, where we discuss all things racing, as well as reviewing the Saturday card. Tuesday sees a midweek preview with myself and Gord, and Glenn's back in the chair on Fridays for a comprehensive look at the Saturday meeting. Added to that, you get mounting guard mail for all Sydney City meetings. You get my seat for all the Sydney meetings. You get a very interesting pedigree analysis from a good member, Jeff McMurray, and you get to hang out with us at least once or twice a year at various functions. We ran a masterclass last year as well. So,
Christmas parties.
Come on, Paul.
We do 1 or 2 things a year. We do about 4 or 5.
Come on, Paul. And while you're at the site joining up, check out Ratings to Win, which I couldn't be without. Paul is obviously the brains behind Ratings to Win, and there's an info pack that you can salivate over there before you actually get in touch with him saying, I can't wait another minute to be without it. So that's the info pack for Ratings to Win, which is on the site. As I say, come and join us, $22 a week, free for the first 2 weeks. You'll be mad if you don't, and we'll see you on Monday for a rant.
See you guys.
Cheers.